This feels like the strangest experience just because I have not filmed a YouTube video in months. I feel like I'm talking to myself all over again. It's like when you first started YouTube and everything just felt weird, and that's exactly how it feels again today. But we'll get past it. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while and yeah, I have a lot to catch you up on, an awful lot to catch you up on, and I feel like there is a lot to talk about in this video. So I'm not going to be doing my makeup, I'm not going to be doing my hair, I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm just going to be chatting away for probably the next 30 minutes, and I don't blame you if you click off and get bored because I ramble, and that's just who I am. Just before I do get into this video, I do just want to kind of set a precedent and just put out a little warning to people, because I am going to be talking about some things in this video that are directly affecting me, and I am just sharing my own personal journey. I know that there will be some topics, i.e. pregnancy, babies, trying to conceive, all of that sort of stuff that I know can be quite hard for some people to listen to or talk about. But yeah, that is just a warning there. So if any of that does affect you, please feel free to click off. I'm not going to get offended. Just trying to look out for everyone online. So a slightly lighter note, this video is also in collaboration with Cherryz. I was thinking about making videos. I'm starting to come back now that life has started to settle down, and a lot of the wedding planning is now done, a lot of the baby stuff is now coming together nicely, and of course we have just bought a house. So Cherryz kindly reached out to me and again offered me the chance to work with them, which is fantastic. So I will get into that a bit later in the video. Oh, it's so difficult to know where to start just because there is literally so much going on in our life at the moment that is so exciting, so nerve-wracking, but at the same time I just want to update everyone because it's just crazy. So as it stands, I have taken a little bit of a break from YouTube, and that is because Tom and I found out that we are going to be parents. Obviously we are also getting married in 77 days time, and at that point myself and Tom, we are going to be 7 months pregnant. So 7 months pregnant, wedding planning, and also, as you can tell, I am still at my mum's house. So we've had to buy a house as well. I say had to, it was definitely in the pipeline anyway. We are currently going through the process of buying a house, we are planning our wedding, and we are having a baby. The last video I filmed was literally me getting ready to go to a Bad Boy Chiller Crew concert. Now if anyone knows Bad Boy Chiller Crew, you know, I can't even describe them. I really enjoy Bad Boy Chiller Crew music, but they are not a chill band, they're not a chill vibe, do you know? So when I was going to the concert and I was unknowingly pregnant, it was possibly not the best place for me to go. So yeah, that was my last video, and in my last video I was very early stages of being pregnant, but I did not know. So the day after the concert I kind of sat Tom down and spoke to him and said, something not quite right, I don't feel too good, I'm not really sure what's going on, like I need to do some form of examination here. So we took a test on the Monday after the concert on the Sunday, and we did get a positive result, at which point I laid on the floor and had a little bit of hyperventilation because I was incredibly excited, incredibly nervous, and also very daunted at the prospect of becoming a parent. And I think that's just because Tom and I are ready, we are so ready and we're so excited, but the actual prospect of becoming a parent is so scary and exciting, but you don't know how you're going to react, and that is exactly what my thoughts were in this point. I didn't know how I was going to react. My first instant thought was, oh my god, we're still living at home. The second thought was, oh my god, we're planning a wedding, and then my third thought was kind of, whoa. that is God's honest truth. That is exactly how it went. Tom was very cool, calm and collected, and he said, let's just get another test the day after, and we'll just kind of make sure that this is definitely a positive. You can get false positives, so that's how it was. And then yeah, we did find out that we were about 3 to 4 weeks, which is very early to find out, very early. At which point, the day after, we told my mum. So as we live with her, it was going to get very difficult to be able to make it through like up until the 12-week mark without her knowing. And looking back now, I'm so glad I told her, because my first trimester, so now we are 18 weeks and 3 days today, my first trimester I felt so ill. So I wasn't actually physically sick a lot, but I was feeling like I was very seasick, and that was continuous. I had about 2 to 3 headaches every single day, and yeah, just the overall experience was a lot. It was a lot, and yeah, I didn't really move for like the first 2 months. I think Tom was a bit like, this cannot go on like this. What the heck is the reason why I have been away from YouTube, because I haven't wanted to film. I haven't really been in the mind space where I could kind of take a step back from my life and say, I'm gonna just put this out there. I think Tom and I both needed the time to really settle down and think how we're gonna move forward, what our next steps are, and yeah, just kind of going through the motions. But one thing I did want to mention, because I know, you know, like I am 25 years old, so Tom is 26 years old, but for 25-year-old women, using like the platform that I'm using, aka YouTube, I did kind of want to just mention, I had a little bit of a worry because I went for my smear test. So if you haven't booked your smear test and you're 25 years old, please go and book it. I was so scared, so daunted at the prospect of it, but it was actually not so bad. But falling pregnant and getting my smear test results within the same month, I did have an awful lot to worry about, because my smear test results did actually bring back abnormalities. So I do have abnormal cells that they do need to remove, and they do need to be investigated. Which was kind of a daunting prospect, especially knowing that, you know, shortly after getting those results I did fall pregnant. So from my perspective, my first thoughts were, is this going to impact me? Is this going to impact the baby? Are we going to be okay? Like things like that. And also from like a doctor's perspective or a midwife's perspective, what happens next? Like can they remove the cells even though I'm pregnant, or do I have to wait? And the answer being is, in my case, I can wait. So I do have to go and get them looked at in August, but they can't do anything until 3 months after the baby has been born. So that was just a little bit of a PSA to say, go and have your smear test, go and get checked out. You know, because smear tests can bring up, you know, like early signs of cancer. It can just be, you know, any abnormalities that you do have that they just want to look into. Not to scare anyone, it doesn't mean that you have any form of cancer. You may just be fine. But from my perspective, and I know it was Tom's thoughts as well, and my friends and family, it's definitely worth going to get checked out. You just don't want any nasty surprises. You don't. Very nerve-wracking. And yeah, I will share more as and when. We do have our 20-week scan coming up soon, in the next couple of weeks, so it'll be exciting to kind of jump back on and tell you whether we're going to have a boy or a girl. I will mention is the wedding. So being 77 days out of getting married now, we have had a bit of a spanner in the works, so it's a very minimal aspect of the whole situation really, but my wedding dress does not fit. So I bought the most amazing wedding dress. It was kind of a very tight fishtail, just fantastic. It was stunning. Am I a little bit sad that I can't wear it? Yes I am, but it's still in the cupboard, it's not going anywhere, so we're just gonna, that's by the by. My baby bump and my beautiful changing body are not going to fit in the dress. So I've had to buy a new one. So I currently now am the owner of 2 wedding dresses. But yeah, we have kind of got suits are being sorted next weekend. We've got our bridesmaids dresses sorted now. My dress is sorted. We've got Tom's shoes on the way. Kind of everything's falling into place. And now we're kind of in the last couple of months where it means that we have to do the last finishing touches. We need to make sure that everyone's where they need to be. Everything's booked. Everything is booked and going. So yeah, now it's just kind of doing menu choices and finalising our SVPs and stuff like that, which is kind of stuff that I'm loving. So I get to do spreadsheets every single day, and that is kind of something that I love. So when we found out we were having a baby, our first option, our first kind of thought was we need to move. So we need to have our own space. We need to have room for this baby to grow. We need to have room for our family to grow. We need to have room for life, for life that is happening very, very quickly. So the baby is due to be born on the 25th of December. Obviously that is Christmas Day. I really want a Christmas dinner, like really, really want a Christmas dinner. So hopefully a couple of days in, a couple of days out. Looking at houses and kind of just trying to have a scroll through Rightmove, decide where we wanted to live, and we did find one house that we really fell in love with. It's a 3-bedroom house, and it's kind of at the top end of our budget, which we didn't really want to go to, but we did manage to get it for a good price. But it actually sold the first time around. So the first time we saw it, it kind of got sold, and we were like, oh, that's a bit gutting. So we saw another few houses and we really didn't love them as much as we love this one. So we again started to look around, and the house actually came back up on the market, which for anybody that is kind of going through the housing market at the moment, for a house to come back on the market you love, it's kind of like a bit of a bloody miracle if you ask me. But the house came back on the market, and we went to view, and we literally put an offer in on the same day and it got accepted the day after. So that was back in June. So now we are literally just waiting for the solicitors to do their job. So the solicitors are doing their job. The kind of overall housing process is well underway. We've had our surveys done, we've had all sorts done to the house. So now we are literally just waiting for a move-in date. Our life is jumbled. Like as we speak, my mum is literally out there in the kitchen, and she is digging up all of her stuff, getting us all sorts of stuff ready to move, and literally just grabbing stuff for us that we can take with us. And I think that's so sweet. But they have been a massive help. Like, they've literally been a huge help to us in this process. Like, even the wedding, the baby, like everything. Everyone's so excited, and it's just so great. But yeah, but that is like life update time. Do you know what I mean? That is, I kept it very brief, and I'm more than aware that I've probably been rambling on, and I'm pretty sure my camera says 45 minutes, but I'm really hoping that's not true, and I hope I can cut that down, because if you're still here 45 minutes later, I am shook. Okay, so that is kind of the end of the life story portion of this, and again, my videos will start to get more and more interesting again, but I feel like I just needed to give a little bit of background as to where we are currently at in life, and where we are currently at with our process as well. So yeah, so the Cherryz part of the haul is actually what's really exciting to me, just because I did receive an email from them, and it was like a shock email, because I haven't posted on YouTube in months, and then they email me and they're like, we'd like to give you some free stuff, and I think, why? I don't get it. But so I did a Cherryz haul. Here it is. So I'm not going to pick it up, because if my mum walks through the door now and sees me picking up a big heavy box, she will start kicking off, and that is nothing that we're interested in right now. This box here is filled, and when I say filled, I mean it's full. When it turned up yesterday, I had to wait for Tom to get home to like try and move it, because it's just it's ridiculous. But I'll give you a little bit of a haul, and I'll give you just kind of some background on what I purchased, and we'll go from there. This is the Cherryz box, and this is all of the stuff that we got in this box. So we've got some Curiously Cinnamon, we've got crisps, we've got dog's meaty balls, we've got drinks, cleaning supplies, shampoos, Maltesers, magic erasers, and I got this for the house, a nice food grater with a little package underneath. And yeah, I've just kind of got loads and loads of little bits in here for kind of just everyone in the family. So yeah, in here was £30 for everything. But if you don't know what Cherryz is, Cherryz is an app and it is also an online store. I like to kind of compare it to like your B&Ms and your Home Bargains and things like that. It's so cheap, so affordable, and they literally deliver it to your house. So this was with Hermes, next day delivery, and when I tell you I was shocked that it came next day, I was shocked that it came next day, because this is a lot of stuff, and I literally didn't order it until like 5 PM the night before, and it literally turned up the next day. Everything in this box was kindly gifted to me by Cherryz in collaboration for this video. The most exciting thing, and the thing I love doing the most, is the fact that Cherryz have wanted to collaborate with me on this video, and the fact that I can then share discount codes with you guys is even more impressive. So Cherryz have given me a discount code. I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see it, but it is Tamara25, and 25% off your first order with Cherryz. I do just need to let you know that you do need to have a minimum of £20 spend, and it is only valid for first time customers. So if you have used Cherryz before, unfortunately you can't use this now, but you know, like, if you want to try Cherryz out, please do, because the amount of stuff you can get literally like anything from baby stuff to food to snacks, homeware, candles, cleaning supplies, literally anything. I will put the unique link that they've given me down in the description bar below. But yeah, thank you very much Cherryz for gifting me this huge box of stuff. This box is actually going to come in quite handy for moving, so I am going to keep the box as well. Forever grateful, I really am. But yeah, so sadly that is, I say sadly, you lot are probably bored because I am getting a sore throat from talking. But yeah, that is the end of the video now, so thank you if you have stuck around and listened to me jabber on all this time. But yeah, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching, listening, having a chat, having a catch up. I know it's probably quite boring, but it is my life, and some of you might be going through exactly the same thing, which is so exciting. If you are, again, comment, because I'm obsessed and I just want to know when your baby's due and what's going on, and I'm just excited. Thank you very much for watching, and I will most definitely see you in the next one, but there will not be a 2-month or 3-month gap this time. I promise.